This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
North Benning is around.
North Benning in the 57. Brings out our first caution on lap 11. We are underway at Martinsville on race number 2 of the 2014 season. We'll be back for more here on Fox Sports 1.
Run a little bit over 50 laps since that first competition caution. Mason Mingus into the outside wall.
Around he goes, and damage to the left side of that truck. And then behind him, Clay Greenfield and the 07 of Ray Black Jr. get together.
I think that was in the aftermath. I would say Clay saw it, got on the brakes, and Ray Black Jr. did not. Ran into the back of Clay. A lot of damage to that 35 truck. Here's Clay.
Ross Chastain was running in the 22nd position. He was the first truck a lap down, so he will receive the free pass. Second caution coming out.
See, Mason Mingus gets to the inside of the 77, Herman Quiroga. Not quite able to get there. Herman came down the racetrack. He got loose getting in the corner.
There's Jeff Burton's view.
Whoa, that was really late to make that dive bomb in there, Phil. And Herman Quiroga.
Caution has come out once again. A lot of damage to the 23 of Spencer Gallagher. That's Brian Silas. He's walking back to the infield care center.
Caleb Holman was involved in that as well, Rick. And that's some heavy damage to those trucks. That truck of Gallagher's is bent in half.
Yeah, this is Brian Silas's truck. He was actually on fire after he made contact with Spencer Gallagher.
Yeah, Spencer Gallagher wrecked in turn number 1, but it really started back in turn number 3 and 4. He and Caleb Holman were racing for position. A little bit of blocking going on. Then looked like Spencer Gallagher was going to move over to the inside to try to block Caleb Holman. Caleb hooked him in the left rear quarter panel, turned him around, bounced him off the inside wall. But as he came up the racetrack, Brian Silas came along with nowhere to go and hit him right in the door. The contact has already been made between the 75 and watch Brian Silas. Bam!
Right into the right side of the 23. Fire will then start underneath that 99 after this accident here.
That's insult to injury there. You're already in the inside wall and get hit again. And watch this 99 truck.
Burst into flames here underneath. So Brian Silas then brings that 99 to a stop on the backstretch and had a little problem climbing out of that truck.
Yeah, when something's on fire, you
try to get out of there as quick as you can.
Your first concern is just getting away from it. You don't know if it might continue or could get worse, and so he was just trying to get out.
Yeah, fortunately the fire extinguished itself, but as you mentioned, Brian had a little bit of trouble getting out of that truck.
And stepped into that throw. Didn't appreciate the way he was being raced by Caleb Holman. Crafton's going to beat Darrell Wallace Jr. to that line. So Matt Crafton comes out second. That might not be such a good thing because he's going to be on the outside and might get hung out on the outside. It's the 5th caution that has come out at Martinsville, and it was the 13 of Jeff Burton that went around. We're riding along with Johnny Sauter. A close call for him. Back into the gas. Matt Crafton on the inside. Darrell Wallace Jr. looked to the inside. Timothy Peters on the outside.
Boy, Crafton drove it hard. Look at Timothy Peters, gets a little bit sideways.
Way up the racetrack with Cole Custer as well. Now it's a battle for second. Darrell Wallace Jr. on the inside, Timothy Peters on the outside. Out in front of the field, Matt
we got
Crafton.
A spinner. Hornaday into the outside wall.
Hard into the outside wall, and a lot of smoke around that 30 as he was spinning the tires trying to keep it going.
Doesn't appear to be a lot of contact with the outside wall for Hornaday.
That nose went straight in the nose, Phil, but
yeah.
I'm sure the splitter's bent down, which will certainly drag the road and make the truck not turn.
He's testing it out now to see if he's going to have to come to pit road. Now you can see the right side of that splitter is bent down to the racetrack.
He was running in the 4th spot when this happened. Herman Quiroga coming in there, got into that curb.
Armand was committed, and he tried to go up on the curb to give Ron a little extra space, and Ron was committed to closing the door. I think get down to 20 to go, Phil. You're going to start to see more and more aggression, and that just looked like Armand looking to get into a hole that wasn't really there.
You're going to try to take a little more space than you would have maybe 100 laps ago. There's another view of it.
You can see it's a late dive. know, you hate to just say that's just racing, but here at Martinsville with 20 to go, people are going to start taking more than they give, and he took more than was there, I think.
7th caution of the day. Around goes the 30. Not as much contact as what it looked as though happened. All the smoke around him.
That's some space on the trucks behind him. Next thing you know, he's sideways.
And that truck looks, oh, Gray Golden gets turned around.
Golden goes around into the inside wall, and it brings out the caution.
That's a huge break for Bubba Wallace. He got that 3rd spot away from John West Townley. That means he's going to be on the inside. Timothy Peters stuck on the outside again. That move was perfect timing for Bubba Wallace to have a shot to win this race. Right on the bottom of the racetrack on this restart.
Greg Golding was running in the 13th spot. And Cole Custer in front of him. 2 16-year-olds fighting for position.
The fight escalated too, Rick.
Golding once again into the back of that 00, and then he got caught up from behind by the 33 of of Brandon Jones.
Guys, remember the West race at Phoenix last November. Cole Custer led 49 3/4 laps. Had a little bit of contact from the back with that 20 of Gray Golding into Cole Custer. Gray won that West race.
You could see Custer was purposely trying to hold Golding down after Golding ran into the back of him, and it just nothing Brandon Jones could do. Those guys were having a fight among themselves, and other guys got involved in it, but those young cats seem like maybe there's a rivalry starting here. You talked about Phoenix. We see it again today.
Composure?
Well,
there wasn't that word we brought up earlier.
There wasn't any there, no doubt. And I didn't remember seeing any at Phoenix. An amazing 2 laps. I'm more worried about the composure of the 2nd row than the 1st. Those guys are going to have an opportunity to jump on these 2 leaders.
First attempt at a green-white checker. Green flag back in the air. A great restart for the 17 of Timothy Peters.
Crafton drives it hard down in the corner. He'll use up Timothy if he needs to.
Crafton out in front as they go down the backstretch. Timothy Peters running the 17, and around goes the 51. He had help. Up the racetrack goes the field, and the caution's going to come out before they get the white. We'll try it again.
Tough break for Eric Jones. That was a hard hit into the inside while running in the top 5 on that restart and got crashed.
It looked like Johnny Sauter kind of hooked him in the left for a quarter. Don't know maybe that Eric came down on Johnny, but that's the truck that I saw that helped that 51 around.
Take another look.
Oh, they just got together.
They got together and he was sideways. Johnny figured he'd just go ahead and move him on out of the way.
Johnny's had an aggressive race today, running into every truck he's caught, basically.
Got into the back of the 51 and didn't let off the gas.
Watch this truck. Bam!
Jumps off the ground. Boy, great job by Eric not letting that truck go back out in traffic.
This was coming off turn number 2.
Johnny had a nose to the inside.
Right along with the 98. This is actually from on top of the truck.
Still out there. Still out there. Easy. Easy.
Kind of tell from the sound there. He's picked the right one for this one.
2 by 2 coming out of turn number 4 into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air.
Better start for Peters. He's alongside Crafton.
Got a good angle down in the corner.
Door to door coming out onto the backstretch. Crafton with the advantage. Timothy Peters tucks in behind as they go into turn number 3. Bubba Wallace moves to 17 out of the way. He takes second. Timothy Peters tries to keep it straight. More contact. White flag in the air. One more time for Matt Crafton. Two by two as they continue through 1 and 2. Out in front of the field. The 88 of Matt Crafton. The late charge by the 54 of Darrell Wallace Jr. But it's the 88. Matt Crafton wins in Martinsville. A champion a year ago and now gets his 4th career win, and it comes at Martinsville.
What a great job they had to withstand the restart challenges of Timothy Peters. John West Townley, what a tough break for him. Had a career day going and gets turned around on the backstretch.
Racing hard with Armand Quiroga, and around he went.
Take a look at this. 1777. That was after the checkered flag had come out.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that 77
It'll
also
continue.
pushed.
And yep,
Bam.
a lot of work to do now at the shop.
Obviously, both those trucks coming out of the same stable.
Watch Kroger. Looks like Townley gets sideways, and Kroger just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it turns John West around. I knew there was contact. I didn't know what started. It looked like just got loose off the corner. Maybe did Townley, and then
Timothy was bouncing off the wall right in front of John West.
And the reason why Timothy was mad at Kroger is because when they got to turn 3 on the last lap, he just ran him right up the track and out of the way.
Such an impressive day for John West Townley, not ending the way he deserved it to end. He ran a very impressive race and ends up not being able to complete all the laps.
A lot of young cats had a great day. Ben Kennedy comes home in the 3rd spot. Another solid performance for Ben.
Backs up a 4th place finish here last October.
Ben Rhodes gets that 7th place finish. So
Cole Custer with a top 10 in his debut.
It's tough to win at Martinsville. Matt Crafton becomes the 23rd different winner in just the 31st race here.
Wow. He's going to give this motor a little bit of a crank.
The guy who he was racing with on those last laps, Timothy Peters, standing by with Bob Dillner.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.